Archy Gupta, Senior Software Engineer 3. Achi is not only an engineer but also a speaker, judge, mentor, sharing her thoughts and insights with massive audiences of 7 lakh plus followers on LinkedIn.
AI is not research anymore like it has been for some couple of years. Now it's about applied AI. They can really focus on impact. They don't have to do boilerplate code. They don't have to write test cases. They don't have to do code reviews a lot. Content creation has been my biggest accelerator. I would say it has opened a lot of opportunities for me. People came to me in my DMs asking, would you like to work at Meta? Would you like to work at Amazon? I have switched jobs, right? I have never reached out, I have never applied for job. Success is going from failure to failure without losing enthusiasm. So one biggest myth is that everybody...
Hi Achi, welcome to Tech Fluent Season 5.
Hi sir, thank you for inviting. I'm having a great time here.
Great. So Achi, AI and future of tech is something which is the most talked about discussion right now. And you often share about tech and AI. Where do you see most exciting opportunities for students who are about to, enter the industry?
Yeah, so I would like to start with that AI is not research anymore like it has been for some couple of years. Now it's about applied AI. And a lot of things are already happening. It has become a requirement for a lot of students already. So if you go over, look at some job opportunities at some big companies, they will already list that coming with AI would be an added advantage, and it's going to be something compulsory. Apart from that, I think from a student's perspective, right, it is amazing because for us or people who joined before us, जो पहले के लोग हैं, they worked traditionally, right? But जो अभी लोग आ रहे हैं, they can really focus on impact. They don't have to do boilerplate code. They don't have to write test cases. They don't have to do code reviews a lot. So a lot of things are being taken care by that, and they can really focus on the real problem. So they'll move fast, they'll make a lot of impact. And yeah, that's why I feel current generation and the people who are going to get into tech now, it would be a really great journey for them because they have an added advantage.
Okay. So a lot of mundane tasks which were there with help with AI, they would be able to sort it out and focus primarily on the task.
Bigger things.
Great. Now, you have built a massive following, with over 7,75,000 followers, 40 million impressions. What role has content creation played in your personal and professional growth?
So content creation has been my biggest accelerator. I would say it has opened a lot of opportunities for me. So for example, I'm sitting here because I create content, I share my thoughts online, and that's why people know me and then reach out to me, and then I go to places where I go. Apart from that, I get to talk to a lot of people, a lot of big names, a lot of peers. So for example, whenever I have switched jobs, right, I have never reached out, I have never applied for jobs. People came to me in my DMs asking, would you like to work at Meta? Would you like to work at Amazon? Similarly for my current role. So that's been my journey, how it has helped me. Apart from that, it also grows you a lot personally because of course when you are putting yourself out there, right, you have to be updated. You cannot talk something about 10 years back. So that also helps me in my work because I am forced to be up to date, and that eventually helps me working smarter, better. So I would say my content creation and my work, these two things are complementing each other.
Great. Very less people think like that way, this part is also complementing my other role. You started a series, #motivation for the day, resonates strongly with your profession. What inspired you to start it, and what was one post that got an unexceptional response?
Sure. So I think I have talked about it a lot of times, but I come from a tier 3 college and the placement was terrible to say the least. Even the mass companies would hire 6 people, 10 people, and then we had, I think in CS we had the strength of 1000 people, like that. And so of course I want to do something better. That's how I could get a basic job from my college, and then I moved here with a referral. Those things happened, but I really wanted to get better and reach to a better place. That's when I was applying, but because I did not have a good name, I did not come from a good college, I did not have opportunity. So that's how I went on LinkedIn, I started reading, and then those were very low days for me because I was not seeing any growth. I was putting in work, I was trying to get opportunity, but nothing was coming to me. So that's why I started posting one quote that would motivate myself to go through the day. So it was like that. every night I would be like, no response, nothing. So that really actually pushed me forward through those tough days. And I think what really motivated me in upcoming days that a lot of people deeply connected with it. They were like, I needed to hear this. Thanks for posting this, and this quote of yours really pushed me to apply to a certain position which they thought was out of reach. Things like that. And one post, I think reached 3 million views. I would quote that it was, success is going from failure to failure without losing enthusiasm. That also is, I think, reality, right? You have to only strike once, and before that, you will have a lot of failures. So it's just about you go through that journey without losing enthusiasm. So that is something which I remember, like by name, by quote, and yeah, that reached a lot of people. And similarly, I know a lot of quotes by heart because I have posted a lot of them, and I really feel like, if you start your day with some strong affirmations or something good, your day really goes productive, motivated. So that is something why I started, and it helped a lot of people.
Great. As a judge and speaker, you meet ambitious students regularly. What, mistakes that you see that they should avoid preparing for roles in top tech companies?
So yeah, definitely. I meet a lot of students, and some problems I see is everybody wants to become bigger on day one. It does not happen. Not everybody's journey looks same. Also, people have to understand that our career span is long. Today we can be here, tomorrow we will be able to reach wherever we want. Nobody in my college works at Google from my batch. I don't know any other batch, right? So that happens. Also, we are not in some government sector where we have just 25 years of age or 30 years of age. So please give yourself time. Second thing I really notice is people want to get outputs faster, and it's not just about studying, it's also about when you're working in company. So there's a generic thing that, let's say if you are my manager, I would want to deliver fast, but that really fires you back, because in the long run you want to build expertise, you want to be a subject matter expert. That will not happen if you just try to do things fast, give output fast. You have to go deep down, you have to understand things. That's how you grow, that's how you get promoted, and that's how you become a really good engineer and go towards like roles like architect, people distinguished engineer, which people really trust.
Great. Along with your engineering role, you manage the influencer part, being the judge, speaker. How do you balance these roles? Because this is one of the biggest challenges that this generation as students face. That how do I manage it? I have to do 9 to 5 college, then take on one portal to do some coding, then the second portal, then learn new skills and all. So they have this issue in balancing their time, or you could say balancing multiple roles. What's your take on that?
So I would say it comes with discipline and clarity and some planning. So for me, I make sure that I am focusing on my work in primary hours. I have 2 hours of slot in the evening. I have some fixed shoot days where I have to shoot some content. I have Sunday where I plan my next week's post. So that's how I do. And even when I was a student, right, I always used to make plans, and I always reverse engineer things. So let's say if I have an interview in 2 months, and if it's going to ask me 3 topics, how much time can I give to those topics? If I break them down in, let's say, weeks, per day, how many hours do you have to put in one? And I will also keep some buffer days, and I'll also make a Google Doc calendar, check that out, also write something like what is missed, what I can cover. So I think when you plan for something, when you're disciplined and you have a clear goal, that's only when you can work. If you just think that, okay, I am here, I'm going to learn Java, today you learn Java, tomorrow you see a very cool video of AI, some tool, you start working on it, then you lose time, and then again you are continuing. So I think consistency with discipline and having clarity of mind, and also not jumping too much and not listening to people too much. So today I come here, I talk about AI is very important, but is it very important than normal coding and development? No, right? That's the basic thing. That's how software will be building. And then AI will be used on top of that. And yeah, later you can go, you can explore data science, you can become data scientist, but those things are additional. You are in your third year, you cannot focus on that right now. So having that kind of clarity and distracting and being away from distractions and clear the noise is, I think, very important, especially in today's age of social media, where we are very much, into doom scrolling and things like that. putting away your phone and really focusing on what is really important and matters is very important for students.
So I would say the students need to hear from an influencer saying not look at reels which are unnecessary. Is
To be
where
honest, I have Instagram installed on my phone a lot of times. I just, install it, post it, and then I again remove it. I do that a lot of time because I need some focus hours.
great. You need to hear it out, students. Uninstall when you need to study. Okay, some rapid fire questions, smaller answers. One project that pushed you out of your comfort zone. It could be your influencer project. It could be any project that you have worked on.
So I would say it's my personal project. It's about learning, editing, coding, shooting, time management, and also working on my own thing. So when I said earlier, right, that I plan my day this, that, but it did not happen on day one. I had to really plan that, I have to work from office and then, this and this. I don't go on casual coffee breaks, things like that. So I really have to plan. So making myself that kind of person who really plans, executes, and stays on track, and also plans off time, making sure that I have a good work-life balance. That's a personal project that I have built, and it took some time. So yeah, I think it's a way of life now.
Great. One biggest myth about working with top tech companies.
Yeah, so one biggest myth is that everybody is genius, everybody knows everything, and people only who are super intelligent, or maybe they are intelligent from birth itself, they have some different kind of mind, are the people who make it to big tech. That's not true. We all work together, we all solve problems, we hit roadblocks, but we work in a team and we execute. And of course, I wouldn't say big techs are similar to smaller companies. There are a lot of processes. We make sure that anything which is hitting to production, it goes from a very long cycles. We have very extensive testing, a lot of pipelines, which does not happen in other companies because I have worked in other companies. So yeah, we are very careful because we are working at a scale which is planet scale. Millions of people are using it. So yeah, that's the difference, but nobody is a born genius. You can work towards any kind of role, any goal that you have. If you be consistent, you will definitely achieve whatever you are looking for. If not today, maybe 6 months later.
Genius is not something that comes in genes, but can be developed.
Yeah.
Great. One piece of advice for growth on LinkedIn for students.
I would say chase consistency, not perfection. Start posting your journey, and then you will learn on the go. Also, be authentic. A lot of time people do is they look at their feed and they see, okay, this post has a lot of likes, maybe I'll post that. But no, you are on the social media because you want to tell people what do you feel, what is your version of things. So in the starting, don't run after numbers, but really make sure that you are building an audience. And apart from that, not just like posting, right? I would say also take it as a community, put comments, reach out to people in DMs, talk to them. That's how you build a network. Network is not just about likes and comment, it's beyond that. When you can meet somebody in person, when you can ask them for help, and when you can help them back. So that's a community. I would say try to build a community, and the other things will fall into place automatically.
Great. Your proudest movement for motivation for the day movement.
Okay, yeah. So I would say there are a lot of them. Though I would say the ones are where people say that, we got this job, or you posted this opportunity and we applied, now we work here, or I showed this deal to my mom and then, she said like you talk very sweetly and then you make something understand very easily. So I think those are the moments when I get real people's real messages. Those are really motivating for me.
Great. One mistake engineers should avoid early in their career.
Okay. One mistakes that students should avoid is avoiding failure, I would say, and getting discouraged and comparing themselves to everybody around them. Everybody's journey is different. You might take time, your friend might take it faster. Take inspiration from them, learn from their lessons, because this is the age where people have this kind of mindset that, okay, my friend has this, or they can be envious. But I would say, come together, help each other, and everybody's journey is different. You will reach there. The most important thing is to not be scared of failure. You lose all the chances you did not take.
Stop comparing each with students, but start collaborating.
Yeah.
Will AI take away jobs?
The short answer is no. It will definitely reduce the number of jobs, but it will not take away jobs. And if you are smart enough and if you are up to date with latest technologies, you will always have job.
Great. Thank you, Achi.
Thank you.
Last thing, how was your experience coming to the university and the session at Tech Twin Season 5?
Um, so my experience was amazing from the time LPU got in touch with me to coming. When I landed to airport, how the journey was, and even the session yesterday was really amazing. I really loved how every student was listening with open ears and they were asking questions, especially the intro that I gave. People were like, really encouraging, and then they were actually curious, which I could see. And the questions also resonated. They had some questions which I would say very intelligent as well. I really feel it's amazing that students of very early age have those kind of thoughts like I'm building this, so how should I raise funds. Those are very intelligent questions, and I would say the crowd here is amazing, and I would give the credit of course to LPU because I went around the campus. I saw a lot of things. Somewhere I'm seeing a robot, somewhere I'm seeing a Olympic size pool. I was to be honest amazingly surprised because I did not expect that. So I would say LPU is doing an amazing job, and that's how students are the way they are. And really, great of LPU that they are already bringing people in tech to give them early exposure. And I feel these are the things which will really help students make really great progress in their career.
Thank you, Achi. Thank you for taking your time and being with us at Tech Twin Season 5.
Thank you.